certainly a clean hit. I think it was typical of most French guys in our league with a visor on that, you know, run around and play tough and can't back anything up. But
I really don't want to fucking kill Giroux tonight. So I gotta kill fucking Giroux. We got this guy running here. So get him under control and then fucking kill Giroux. You don't think?
Sean Avery is truly one of the most unique characters the NHL has ever seen. At a lowly 5'10", 195 pounds, he only scored 90 goals and 247 points in 580 NHL games, but was able to carve out a career where he played 13 seasons on 4 different teams. Fans, opposing players, and even his own teammates disliked him. He's been voted as the most hated player in hockey. He was an infamous flopper, said whatever it took to take players off their game, but supported the LGBT community and got mad whenever guys would make homophobic slurs, fought guys twice his size, hung out with celebrities like Andy Cohen, dated supermodels, has been charged multiple times, went to clubs NHL players never went to, took up interest in acting, fashion, and was a restaurant owner, wrote a best-selling memoir, had a rule created because of him, and even said this when Dion Phaneuf started dating his ex.
and I just wanted to comment on how it's become like a common thing in the NHL for guys to fall in love with my sloppy seconds. I don't know what that's about, but enjoy the game tonight.
This guy.
Pucks. Sean Christopher Avery was born in Pickering, Ontario, April 10, 1980, a city with a population of around 92,000 in 2016. When you look up notable people from Pickering, Sean Avery is right up there with the likes of head coach of the Toronto Rock, Glenn Clark, Glenn Healy, who was a goaltender of the 1994 Stanley Cup winning Rangers, Spider Jones, a professional boxer, and Petrita Felician, the hurdler who went to the Olympics. It's also home of Ernie Combs, Taylor Stewart, and Neil Young. Avery actually started out as a goalie in House League, which are the teams you don't need to try out to play on, and then made the move to his eventual position at forward. When he moved to Kitchener as a kid, he took a huge jump and played AAA hockey, which is the best possible competition for a kid of his age, with tryouts required. That's a feat not done by most, especially in the span of a year. By the time Avery was 16, he was playing Major Junior with the Owen Sound Platters in the OHL, a league that at the time produced 20% of current NHLers. I'll be one of the first people to tell you that Avery was actually a very solid junior player. 4 of his 5 seasons in the OHL, he was over a point per game, and had his most notable season his last year with the Kingston Frontenacs, where he put up 84 points in 55 games and had an ungodly 215 PIMs as well. He had a more productive year than Jason Spezza, who had 61 points in 52 games and was the second pick in the 2001 NHL entry draft, and has a real shot of being a Hall of Famer when his career is all said and done. Avery doesn't miss the chance to bring this up in his memoir. Despite the success Avery found in junior, it didn't translate into what teams wanted at the NHL level. In the 1998 NHL draft, he was undersized, considered a bad teammate, and even admitted to putting Tiger Bomb in his teammates' jock straps before games. Vincent LeCavalier was the top pick in this year's draft, and by the 9th round, teams weren't even willing to take a flyer on Avery for the next couple of years. He went undrafted. Even so, Avery was determined to make it to the league anyway, and had hockey or nothing as his mentality. Eventually, in 1999, Avery got his first chance to play professional hockey, and wasn't shy about announcing his presence.
Hey, Rozzy, you come near me again, I'll take St. Louis' head off. We'll play that game.
He ended up signing a 3-year contract with the Detroit Red Wings for $1.275 million, plus a $125,000 signing bonus. He first had to play with the Cincinnati Mighty Ducks, the Red Wings farm team, where his stats were decent, but holy shit, he had how many penalty minutes? That's right, 304 penalty minutes, the most in his hockey career. And this is a guy who led the NHL in penalty minutes his first full 2 seasons. Avery was actually on the 0-2 Red Wings when they won the Cup, but his name wasn't engraved in the Lord Stanley because he didn't play the required 41 regular season games and didn't play a single game in the playoffs. Poor Shawnee boy. Some of his most notable moments in the NHL were possibly the biggest dive all time on Jaromir Jagr, bullying a rookie Dustin Brown because he has a lisp, saying his ex-girlfriend Alicia Cuthbert, model and actress, was his sloppy seconds when Dion Phaneuf started dating her, and then getting sent to anger management, which I thought was a bit of an overreaction. Wait, what? The rehab was in Malibu? Well, sign me up then. And probably Avery's most notable play when he waved his stick in front of Martin Brodeur and created the Avery rule, because literally no NHL player had ever used this tactic before to screen a goalie, which thereafter resulted in a minor penalty. He's rumored to have made comments about Jason Blake's leukemia, which is said to have started a pre-game mix-up between him and Tucker, but sources can neither confirm or deny this, as an unnamed Rangers player claimed he made the comment, so his own teammate had enough of Avery's shit. This caused a stir in the hockey world and Don Cherry to critique him. Then Avery turned around and said this about Cherry.
He serves a purpose, but he really does not know shit about hockey.
His personality wasn't one many hockey players possessed, but I gotta say, Avery gave way better interviews than the typical, we gotta skate hard, dump the puck in, and get shots on net. Both on and off the ice, he'd make headways. Being in LA in 2005, he'd figured he'd give acting a go, being in a Maurice Richard biopic, then appearing on an episode of Mad TV in 07, then in 09 being on Late Night with Jimmy Fallon and The Late Show with David Letterman. Avery even got into fashion in the off-season when he was with the Rangers in 08 and had an internship at Vogue. He used his new fashion knowledge to make fun of Mets pitcher Matt Harvey's thin tie, saying, "I just puked. His stylist should be thrown in jail." He also used that fashion knowledge to be a guest judge on Project Runway and was on Fashion Police in 2013. Can you imagine getting absolutely chirped by Avery because he didn't like your style? Damn, can't believe I missed those episodes. He even made it on to Dancing with the Stars in 2014, the peak of celebrity television, but was eliminated in week 2. And before Avery retired in 2012, with his last stint being in the minors, he got charged for battery on a police officer in 2011 at a California house party, where he had to post a $20,000 bail and referred to the officers involved as fat little pigs. Avery's off-ice antics were ramped up after retirement, and he's found a way to still be relevant. In 2013, you can see him here street fighting 2 guys on a New York City street. This was around the same time he was asking homeless people for the time and putting it on his Snapchat stories.
Yo, you got the time?
Yo, brother. You got the time, bro? It's probably like 12. Yo, guys, what time is it?
He even told one guy to get a job. In 2014, he quit an off-Broadway play days before it opening after making an assistant stagehand cry when she offered him pizza. Avery then saw his second meeting with the law with 2 separate charges in the span of just 2 days. First throwing rocks at speeding cars because they were speeding, and then carrying prescription drugs without a script on him. Both charges ended up being dropped, but after the chucking rocks incident, Avery reportedly said to the cops before he left the station, "What are you guys doing tonight?" "I'm going to my multi-million-dollar home to fuck a model." absolute savage. In 2017, he wrote his best-selling memoir, Icecapades, where he really said some shit. He quoted saying, "Ilya Kovalchuk is a soft Russian who will never win because it's too hard." Hall of Famer goalie Martin Brodeur is a home-wrecking dirtbag who left his wife for his sister-in-law. He calls Matthew Barnaby insane. That's it. And comes at former Rangers coach John Tortorella, saying he was a clown who was scared of the power I held with the Rangers. He also exposes NHLers' reliance on painkillers and that some of his Rangers teammates were high off ecstasy the next day after seeing Armin van Buren in concert on the plane to teammate Derek Boogaard's funeral, who died of accidental drug and alcohol overdose. Some funny tidbits I need to throw in there as well, with his one season on the Stars, is that he accidentally poisoned Brett Hall with pot cookies when they lived together, and the Hall of Famer thought he was going to die, and he chirped Hall of Famer Joe Sakic pregame for not having a more expensive suit, and Hall had to step in and tell Avery to knock it off. Nowadays, you can see Avery complaining about how everyone parks in New York, which is definitely a must-watch. Say what you want about the guy, but Sean Avery was definitely a personality whose Devil fans especially won't forget. He's definitely not an upstanding citizen, but he has made the league being undersized, carved out a role for himself, is an absolute quote machine.
Situation of, obviously, me and Marty Brodeur aren't going to go to the movies together at any point in time.
And never intentionally tried to end guys' careers, like Matt Cook, who I'm excited to do a feature video on. I will send you off with Avery's parking rants. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Take it easy.
Bro.
Yeah?
You park? Is that your parking job?
I'm sorry, I didn't get a question.
Is that where you park that thing?
Yeah. That's where I park it. Not permanently, but that's where I park it now.
No, I know, but I mean permanently it's in the sidewalk, but...
Well, that's where it should be. It's not supposed to be in the street.
No, you're right, I'm crazy. That's a completely appropriate place to park that. What are you, fucking stupid? You almost fucking killed that guy. You fucking idiot. What did you do to your hair? Where are your sideburns? Fucking lady has no business stopping here. It's really just unbelievable. Watch her wobble while she gets on the bike here. Just stop at the light.